Yo, what's up guys? Today I'm going to do Cilvia Demo by Isiah Rashad. I heard the Suns Tirade, I think, last week. A lot of people requested for me to do Cilvia Demo. Some of the hardcore Isiah fans even said this one's better. It's shorter, it's 49 minutes, which I'm excited to hear a more concise album from him, see how that sounds. We got features on here, less than the last one. But some of the same ones. I mean, we've got SZA twice. SZA killed it on Stuck in the Mud, so I'm excited to hear her twice. That's gonna be phenomenal, I'm assuming. We got J-Rock and Schoolboy Q. Yeah, we got some others, but I just want to get straight into it. Track 1, we got Hereditary. Let's go. I really like this one. This one has kind of a alternative, kind of experimental sound to it. Again, that drowned out voice that we heard in some of the tracks on the Suns Tirade. But here it's kind of going all out in that. I love the melody. Let's keep going. Yeah, cool intro. Really enjoyed it. Track 2, we got Webby Flow.
With a nigga from the south, I know you feel the rush. Fucking with a nigga, bitches rarely ever get the touch. Loud face, looking bloud place, never crowd space, never skirt chase, maybe first grade, never last place. On it solo, up in recess, never regress. Georgia peaches, grab a cheek ass, the raw again, fucking with the law again, picking up trash on highways, never my way. Friday, I'll get robbed.
I like how he's flowing on this. I mean, he has flow in the track, so he's got to come with the flow, right? But yeah, definitely doing his thing here.
On that trap shit, got that fight dog. I might bite, bitch. I'm on tablet. Scribble down, I'm rapping like cool. It's my.
We got a little Tribe Called Quest shout out. Fife Dog.
Hating that too. I was flipping your burger high as a bitch, but I'm cool. I think I'm blessed now. I'm gonna testify.
I love that synth or whatever that is that's just been thrown into the mix there. Like that track too. Nothing amazing or mind-blowing, but definitely another cool track. The flows were cool, the production was cool, the way the synth or whatever that sound was that came in was, I really like that, how the track evolved. It didn't get boring. The end section was different. It kept evolving to keep me interested. The one thing I've noticed is that this one, so far at least, it has, even though the Suns Tirade has had its dark moments, this one seems a lot darker. Just from the cover, that dark brown, those sounds are a lot darker, those chords that he's using are a lot darker. Definitely liking this one too. Track 3, we got Cilvia Demo. So he's doing one of those ones where the track is the title of the album. So the title track, Cilvia Demo, track 3. He has those kind of drums and those kind of eerie sounds coming in. It reminds me of a lot of what Kendrick did on Untitled Unmastered. Obviously Untitled Unmastered came after this, but seems like just in TDE in general, they love that kind of jazzy production. Like, I know that a lot of them use in-house producers, people that work with TDE artists. I've heard a lot of those kind of jazzy experimental sounds coming from Kendrick, coming from Isiah Rashad. There is that kind of, those kind of similarities between TDE artists in some ways.
I slide in my rimless Bentley, no tights, I'm gymnast, bending blocks, my world the Lakers. Now baby, hold that wheel while I'm rolling up, hopefully.
That flow and rhyme scheme there, big fan of that.
93 till be cool for an image. The hunk soul, the rapper goes rapping those rapid woes up. Defying foes, lying toes, weapons on tuck. Smoking on my nose, put the fire to the spliff. What up, and what up, and what up, and what up, and what up. Now I've been getting higher. I glanced at that little grown man that her front door. He looking at me like I looked at Pops when he come for. My mama as a toddler, I was selfish, this ain't nothing new. I can spit a couple 22s if I want to. I save it for the two.
He's painting these stories from his, painting these pictures and experiences with women from his past. It's creating those images in my head. I'm seeing these stories, liking this track too.
Green and make them sun, take them sun. Sometimes I be getting higher than a bitch. Smoking fire till the spliff, what up?
This beat is really nice. Probably my favorite beat out of the three we've heard so far. So far, fan of the first three tracks. Track 4, we got R.I.P. Kevin Miller. Love that piano.
Like one day you hit and gone, that watch out with down the shrimp. I've been riding out since I thought my Huffy was the shit. Well, bitches ain't shit, cops ain't neither. They hunting my people, Codina back leaning. I'm coping my demons. The best is not perfect, the rest is not worth it. Wake up.
Looks like he's painting this picture of like everyone against us, me, like bitches ain't shit, the cops ain't either, everyone's kind of against us. R.I.P. Kevin Miller. I'm assuming Kevin Miller might be someone he knows or one of his friends or one of his family members that passed away. That's probably where that anger and that resentment is coming from, that he's expressing on this track. The hooks on this album feel slightly less interesting and catchy and just hard hitting for me personally. I definitely preferred a lot of the hooks on the Suns Tirade from what I've heard so far. There's feels like there's more subject matter on this album. He has more things to say, making a point to address more topics on this one. It feels like
As a child, used to think my ambition was escape. I defy them, you can do. If you get above your ass, fucking try.
Definitely a lot darker than the Suns Tirade in the production. Just as good. That same mellow feeling. Those same kind of... There's more eerie sounds to this. The production is still on point. You know, TDE's projects always have the production on point. His flows, the way he was rapping the hook, I wasn't feeling it that much, I'm not gonna lie. It was okay. There were certain parts that I was interested, but I don't know. That one didn't really do it for me. It might grow on me though. At track 5, we got Ronnie Drake featuring SZA. I always love when those tracks start with the music and just like a voicemail or some voice over the beat. As long as I can remember, that's been an amazing way to start a rap song. Something about it just draws you in, like hearing different voices over the instrumental as it starts.
I'm a king, OE, be slipping, falling from my chalice. Remind the bumper that was missing from my carrier slided. Hey, it's like she know that I got it, it feel like it. You're gushing for the sweet spot. I'm a beat guy, till that motherfucker beat from my hands. My killers, my dealers, my trickers, my bros, bitches, my strippers, my hoes. I got love for my niggas, my killers, my dealers, my trickers. They only feel you when you pass away. The eulogy be so moving. We live the scenes of those movies. You finding some relief or what a great escape. We still dodging. Sometimes I wonder why we kill us, why they killing us. I think we only were a grill because they grilling us. In the cart, no you stealing stuff. Came a long way from a boat and an auction. Now we got names in a vote. In the coffin, popped it. Little black children, you can call me that nigga. Sisters, my women, my bitches, my strippers, my hoes. I got love for.
Really like that track. That didn't even sound like SZA. It sounded very different to how I've heard it before. This is years before her first album even dropped. I think Control was her first album, right? Maybe I'm wrong, but this is 3 years before her first album even dropped. So you can see how she's grown. I love the subject matter he was talking about, just coming the kind of the oppression of African Americans in history and how not much has changed and how those issues still stand strong today, and just the direct implications of those issues on his life and the people around him. Really liked that. It was very moving the way he was talking about it. The chorus too, SZA did her thing. Yeah, that track is probably my favorite track so far. Next track's called West Savannah. I think that's in Georgia. That's where Big Boy is from, right? Yeah, it looks like he is kind of paying respects to Outkast, talking about Southern playalistic playing through the night. That track was cool too. I think he said something like, at least we fell in love with something other than wanting to take our life or suicide or something like that. Yeah, I like it. An uplifting song. A shout out to Outkast, one of my favorite groups of all time. Obviously, how can you be a fan of hip hop and not be a fan of Outkast? I haven't met anyone like that yet. Those two things go hand in hand. Yeah, definitely kind of paying respects to Southern hip hop, paying respects to Outkast, and yeah, just an uplifting song. Like it. Track 7, we got Soliloquy.
He was lazy, couldn't hit the ground but making babies, I'm crazy. Easy's like a romance, but pushing nigga buttons like a program. White girls, all Aryan, I wonder what they daddy think. Fuck them, this a revolution. Fuck with me on freshman covers, I'm posing with lunch. Think they worthy of presently passing them up. Fuck around and need a street sweeper. If the body's in the cul-de-sac, follow me to Carter's back, sipping on that cognac. And he schemes, selling everybody dream. Killer like your neighbor, I'm as nice as everybody seems. Like a Portuguese.
I really like this. This is one of the tracks on here, first tracks on here, where he's just spitting bars, kind of there's metaphors, just, you know, he's showing some lyricism. I like it. He's just flowing over this, kind of another one of those chilled, jazzy instrumentals. Love it.
Why we can't own it? All these fed loners, ain't no forewarning, can't warm and I'm just...
That piano that came in at the end, love that too. I always love when there's piano sections on hip hop songs. That hardly ever goes wrong. Okay, Soliloquy, a fast kind of heavy spitting track going over a lot of different subjects. Felt like a soliloquy, that's why the title makes sense. Liked it, really liked it. Probably one of my top 3 favorite tracks so far. This and Ronnie Drake have stood out to me. Track 8, we got Tranquility, Soliloquy, then Tranquility. We even got rhymes within the track list.
It ain't hard for a message, blame all on pedestrians. What are you believing? We're tranquil for a Brutus.
There's something so moving about that sound. It's really connecting with me.
In the heavens, they kill for a blessing. They gon' do to Jesus. And thank God for the shooters. Our education, they tend to say we killers again. But I'd rather get us living a chance. I'm getting patience. I moved to my aunt's house. I've been on pills since a little one. Start with Advil, then we level up. I wonder if my son gon' trust me.
Making a lot of religious references. We're hearing him. This is a lot more introspective than I've heard him before. I'm really liking this track.
For a message, blame all on pedestrians. What are you believing? We're tranquil. And some of us shooters, and some of us lovers. I see the sum of it all. I'm running for cover. On my containers, I ride to the far side. I'm looking for peace. Spread the cigar wide. I'm on the east. Hard.
Yeah, man, that is really connecting with me. I don't know, that sample that keeps running round and round. Love this track, loving the themes he's talking about, the subject matter. Definitely one of my favorites.
Came from the heavens, they kill for a blessing. They gon' do to Jesus. But thank God for a shooter. Thank God for the shooter.
Yeah, that track was beautiful. That track gave me goosebumps. It was so peaceful. I just felt at peace while listening to it. I just felt so relaxed and calm. But the subject matter he was talking about, that hook with that kind of relaxed, lazy kind of delivery, all came together very well. Yeah, love that track. Track 9, we got Menthol featuring Deaux or Deaux. I don't even know how to say that shit.
Yeah, she's so fuckable, and she got the menthol. And told you brought the trees and turned my trousers to cement draws. Sleeping on couches, only vouchers is my in-laws. He sold 10 ounces, one verse is like a...
His performance has a lot more energy to it, and I'm loving this so far.
I can drink a beer, read a magazine, hut, pass interference. Too busy popping Molly, you could die off hype.
I love the production on this one. Maybe my favorite track so far in terms of just the beat and the instrumentation.
Your hair is about as short as your temple. The prescription for dementia. Like me, the actions of us lacking the passion, but think righteous from pussy upon the tongue to calling him a son.
Whoever she is, really like her chorus, really like the vocals, the different kind of sound she's given to the track. This is definitely one of my favorites too so far. That also is one of my favorites so far. Really like the chorus, her singing on it. Really like the verses, the way he was flowing, the energy on this one. Track 10, we got Modest. I love those peaceful sounds to intro the track.
I play it like I know I had no clue that I'm the greatest. Took from my city, really make it to a poster. What you got, I'm boring, what you got, and stuck in the past. When we up off in the grass, holding my cup like a strap. Look at my cellar, them kind of bitches know they class. Like my second home, think my favorite rappers get replaced. Niggas rarely give you what you need. Niggas rarely give you what you need. Bitch, I came here right here with the bell.
That track was cool. Nothing really too crazy, nothing really that hit me or I felt too strongly about. It was okay. I mean, he was rapping well. It was a cool hook. The beat was cool. But yeah, another one that just wasn't anything spectacular. It was okay. I can listen to it. But yeah, nothing I'm like in a hurry to listen to again. Also might grow on me, but track 11, we got Heavenly Father.
Telling me a lie. Know they give me something for my soul. Tell it wrong. Ain't glorify the horror in the way. My mama come and tell me, come me home. Look, now I'm praying and I make it 25. Baby call the doctor for my health. It's just a check. And they don't know my issues as a child. And why you never love me when I need? And I don't wanna be like you no more. Hey, I'm from the faucet. You would assume for following the tunes that I'm doomed to die young, addicted to dry plump. They talk good, the wise men from a long line, infatuated with violence, gun in my fucking mouth. You got punchlines for days, so generic you flow. You too cold, you age, and I'm so misrepresented by niggas that claim trail. They souls was never in it like.
Another track I liked. I like how he had that female vocalist on this one. He's been doing that on a lot of tracks. Just getting that kind of female voice in his songs to kind of change the sounds that we're hearing. So it's not always one voice so we don't get sick of it. I like that. He had that kind of rap that sounded like a poem towards the end. Another track that's cool, I like it. Track 12, we got Banana. I like how that sample's chopped off. This feels like it could be amazing the way that sample came in at the start.
And I was spinning the corners, I box in the sauna. I've been focused, getting closer to ghosts. And I be slipping a bit. When I get straight, my sister getting flown. Coming up fuse, my niggas getting grown. My AD stay down, nigga getting on. I'm rolling that. Come out to my my show and come feed that. Can't go back there selling that retail.
Yeah, on that one, just the production from start to finish, that sample that kept coming again and again. Really enjoyed that. Again, a female vocalist. He's got, I don't think none of these are being featured, but they're all doing their thing. Every single one of these female vocalists that kind of contrasts his voice to help just push the track to another level. They're all doing their thing. Definitely enjoyed that track. Probably one of my favorites too. Track 13, we got Brad Jordan featuring Michael Da Vinci.
Master P on the road. I prefer my word with platinum teeth. Maybe go tell I'm boss and we no flexy with the funk. Add a blessing to the pump. Damn, I got a sonny on the way. But 80s, I was born, I think in 91. That mean I'm chosen when I slap it through your hood, bitch. Just have a frozen.
In the bus that ass running. Off PM on them pussy like I'm red. Jordan.
And you would think I was from South Park. Shit'll come on missing you, that nigga, but the missus eat a dick and mind your business. This for all my east side niggas, to them haters who be all up in they feelings. And shout out to my daddy, I'ma buy your ass a Billy.
I like that. I like the energy. I like the vocal inflections. Not sure how I feel about that hook. Might grow on me, but this hook isn't capturing me off first listen. There's another Outkast reference, that two dope boys. I think that is, at least. I think he's kind of interpolating that from two dope boys in a Cadillac.
Bags of flaming hot Cheetos. I prefer if you brought the popcorn. Can't bring the popcorn, bring the motherfucking hot fries.
Like that too. Cool track. The second to last track. Wasn't a big fan of the hook. The production wasn't anything crazy. Not one of my favorite beats I've heard on this album so far. But it was okay. I like some of the flows he had there. I like how the energy again. The second half of the albums had more energy. He was doing these vocal inflections at one point in the verse, and that I enjoyed. The last track we got featuring J-Rock, Shot You Down.
No crying till I'm in the pine box. I got the bitches hitting Mikey like where they at. Probably fucking on the friend, probably LA. Bitch, don't run your mouth, we don't play that. Mama told me better. Can't count on niggas, can't count on weather. Go figure, nigga, Jay, worry about this cheddar.
Yo, he's spazzing on this. The kind of so much. It's kind of like it's been building up through the album. It's like the start was still very mellowed out, that drowned out, low-key kind of performance from him. And then he slowly built up more and more energy, and this last one feels like he's just exploding with all this energy and passion.
Freshman, I'm chillin'. You still bring a knife to the fight and not kill him. Me and my niggas is hungry, we quillin'. To bring a little hoe to the party and make me feel. So I conquered, I shot you down, you do now. Oh, bitch, rap.
Really like this hook, the way he's singing on this. Yeah, this is really amazing. I like it, especially for an outro. He's ending strong on this album.
I keep shooters on the wing when I'm riding through. And if niggas out of bounds, they gon' probably shoot. Blah, blah, cause killing is the hobby. Wanna down me, niggas know I'm king, but they don't wanna crown me. It's okay, I ain't about to whine about it, little rap, nothing will be the same.
Not a dollar on me, this home invasion, a payday. Two-time felon, they jerking me on my pay. January is sweet, they set my setbacks free. My habits one in my sleep, so January is great. Get a taste of this gangster, see I'm just trying to eat. With a freak of the week, I just wanna hit him and leave him, dog. They yours for the keep. So I conquered, I shot you down.
Really like that track too. Schoolboy Q came in with that energy. Isiah Rashad had that energy. J-Rock did his thing. The hook was amazing. Yeah, if we're looking back on the whole album, my favorite tracks were probably Shot You Down, Banana, Heavenly Father, Mental, Soliloquy, Ronnie Drake, Webby Flow and Hereditary. I had a lot of tracks I really enjoyed. In comparison to the Suns Tirade, it doesn't, the highs weren't as high, but the lows weren't as low to me. It's in general the hooks on this one as catchy or compelling as they were on the last one. But still, it felt like he kind of made up for it, because this one felt like it had more subject matter. I feel like I've come to know Isiah Rashad as an artist and as a person more through this album. It feels like I feel like I still didn't really understand him or know who he was after listening to the Suns Tirade. But after listening to this, I feel like I have a much greater understanding and gauge of who he is as an artist and as a person. Yeah, the production just as good. It was similar, but it had that kind of eerie, darker feel to it. The features killed it. SZA did amazing on both of her tracks. Schoolboy Q and J-Rock at the end came and did their thing. There were female vocalists on so many tracks. A lot of them weren't even featured. They all did their thing. Definitely like it. It's nothing mind-blowing to me. Like nothing that I'm like, oh my god, this is phenomenal. I'm gonna have to listen to this a lot more and grow with it. But yeah, this is definitely a solid project. On this one, there weren't any that were, I would say I would completely skip or disregard, or that I completely didn't like, which shows that there's some potential for me to actually grow with this album and listen to it from start to finish. Like I said in the last video, he's definitely going to be one of the artists on my kind of Apple Music. You see when they tell you who you listen to the most this year, he's definitely probably going to be in my top 5 or top 10. Yeah, I don't know, some of the hooks were kind of landing flat for me, but the energy did grow as the album went on. It was kind of like, it started low-key, kind of like mellowed out, and then it grew. Production kind of stayed in that mellowed out kind of lane, but his performances kind of grew, and he started using more vocal inflections, using different tones, becoming more expressive in the way he's saying things. And yeah, in that last track, there was a lot of energy. Schoolboy Q's performance had a lot of energy, and he ended on this high note. Yeah, definitely a fan of this album. I think I'm gonna do a video in I think like a month or two, probably, where I just break down my overall thoughts on him as an artist, everything I've come to realize from listening to his 2 albums. So make sure you subscribe if you want to see that. I mean, I just listened to his first 2 albums in the last 10 days, so I don't know if I'm allowed to call him Zay yet, but I'm excited for his next album. You know, I'm definitely going to be doing that on this channel. Everyone from TDE, after hearing his 2 projects, I'm really excited for SZA to come again too, because her features on the 2 tracks on this album and the track on the last album have been phenomenal. So I'm definitely excited for SZA to come around, Kendrick and Schoolboy and J-Rock, all of them to come again. They've all just been kind of hiding. I know the pandemic has a lot to do with that probably. But yeah, it feels like the music scene's starting to heat up, especially with people like Drake announcing releases. I mean, he's the only one that's done it so far, like a major hip-hop artist that announced he's dropping. Hopefully things start to pick up soon. Yeah, make sure you like and tell me what you think about this album. Let me know what else you want me to do. And until then,